Beautiful people, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Hangout. And yes, today I by mistake, but you guys are tuned in on channel 260. And yes, ixesha ngoku, it is 3:30. So it's clearly not getting from this minute until the last minute of 4:30, serving you all the news that and also having conversations that you guys at home need to know about. And on today's show, I am going to be talking with people that are involved with the arts, and also I'm going to be speaking to entrepreneurs and also models. So please make sure that you guys are sticking through with us, because today we've got something different. We'll also have a motivational talk that will be happening later on today's show. And yes, lastly, we'll also be having some of your thoughts at home as to now that we're leading up to Isopa for this year. So everyone at home, please make sure that you guys are staying tuned. And yes, elam igama, it is Uzinhle Ngeza. And please continue following us on all social media platforms. It is at Mpumagaba TV, and our WhatsApp line is 0836900530. But okwangoku mandikhe ndiqale inkqubo so that we can get to have a conversation with our lovely guest on studio. Let's go. Beautiful people, welcome back, Kwakona. And yes, we are starting the show on a high note. I am sitting with a very well-spoken lady next to me. And again, I guess she goes by the name of Emma O'Brien. And she's basically going to tell us about everything that has to do with the Arts Museum that we have Upper Epai. But first of all, let us welcome her onto the Hangout. Welcome, ma'am. How are you?
Thank you, Sinclair. It's awesome to be here, and I really appreciate Cup TV giving us a shout out and spreading the love.
Spreading the love. We're still in the month of love.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. For most people at home who actually don't get to know you, can you just briefly for us explain as to what is your job, and also today, why are you here?
So my job is loving art, but it's basically we at the museum, we like to call ourselves the story of art in the Eastern Cape. So what we do is we look after and add to and continue the heritage of art and culture, and particularly visual culture in Nelson Mandela Bay, but also the province. And we have works as well that kind of connect us to the bigger picture. But I'm here today because we are having a fantastically busy week, and we're going into a fantastically busy program of cultural events. So we know we've got the Nelson Mandela Bay Arts Festival, which is starting, Mandela Bay Arts Festival, starting on Friday with all sorts of theatre productions. But we are promoting the visual art within that. So we have an exhibition titled Latuba Lako, This Is Your Chance. It is a visual art and craft exhibition. Previously, it was just a craft show, but now we're adding visual artists to the mix as well. And this is a project that we started with the Eastern Cape Development Corporation when one of their executives walked into my building, I think about 8 years ago, very much from executive space. And then he introduced me to their creative team. And we've had this collaboration ever since. And it's been really wonderful to once a year celebrate top excellence in both visual arts. Well, now in the visual arts, but previously in the crafts as well.
Yeah. Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
And also, as someone who's very much involved within the industry of craft and visual art, let's get to talk about it, because in most people, they tend to overlook it, and to some people, they don't give it that necessary recognition that it deserves. So how do you guys get to make sure that the industry is still standing on, and also with the projects that you have mentioned earlier on, which we're going to go into? Let's get to talk about now having to maintain the sector, and also having to make sure that the visual artists still have a place to call a home when it comes to their work.
I will say, and I always say to somebody, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a very tough industry, and I think it's quite tough, particularly in a smaller economy like Nelson Mandela Bay. So one of the difficulties we have is creating bigger platforms. So that is actually our ambition with working with the Eastern Cape Development Corporation, because they bring in, their function is to do that, is to grow bigger and to create national platforms and even potentially international platforms. But for us, it's a matter of, we're nothing without the artists. So to continuously just add to our program. So I was talking to you earlier that predominantly we are a space where we reflect on the history of art. So we have artworks in the collection and we have about over 2,000 artworks that are in the collection that we look after. But we also create spaces where we offer contemporary artists new spaces to exhibit, because you need to be able to show your works and exhibit your works. And we hope that the exhibiting the collection along with the newer works, and also we're looking at the new artists when they come up. So we have promoted an active acquisition program where we buy new art. What I like to say to everybody is you've got to buy new art, otherwise the Eastern Cape the story of Eastern Cape art just ends.
Yeah.
So we continually add. It is really a privilege to work with passionate artists, and it is challenging to know that in many ways we don't have the big platforms that they deserve here in Nelson Mandela Bay. So we try to be some version of that here, but certainly we are looking to try and get work promoted nationally and internationally.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. And also getting on to the two beautiful projects that you are having for this coming week. Let's first talk about Mbaf, because we know that the whole city is buzzed up about that. And also in terms of what sort of artworks or what sort of history are you guys going to give out to our people that are going to be attending the festival?
So the two exhibitions that we're showcasing, and the one is an open call that we've had up since December, but we'd like to kind of re-showcase it for the festival. And that one is really a wonderful open call. People come and bring their works, and we say, bring your work, we'll hang it, called The Who's Who and What's New. And it's a really nice, and there's some fantastic artworks on that. So I really recommend people come and have a look. We've got some lovely landscapes, some really incredible portraits, you know, a few edgier works, really, really nice. But the Latubalako is really the one that's opening for the festival. So that's going to open on the 20th of February, so that's Thursday. And I'm getting grey hair because we're really in the middle of the setup at the moment. And there's so many wonderful artworks at the moment. I'm trying to get the layout to look wonderful. And that exhibition is a competition. So that is the one where we are saying yes to some people and no to others. And so, yeah, but it's meant to be a space where we are promoting and pushing excellence. So we've managed to get universities involved, and this year we've got a really nice young energy in the exhibition. We've got graduates from Forte, WS, Walter Sisulu, from Mandela Bay University and from Rhodes, exhibiting alongside other more established artists, and then many crafters from around. So at the moment, I think my colleagues in ECDC are still on a selection trip, picking up work going as far as Mount Aleph, coming all the way back down. We've had work submitted from Jeffreys Bay. What's interesting for me is you never know. I'm nothing without the artists, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't have a show unless. And this year there's been some interesting themes emerge. So one of them, there's a lot of young guys interested in male identity. A lot of works interested in male identity in the context of traditional culture. We've had a lot of younger students interested in identity, in you know, a whole series of work around anxiety, which I thought was very powerful. You know, kind of like trying to, you know, artists tell us our stories. That's what artists do, and they tell us our stories sometimes through their stories.
Lovely stuff. Yeah. Emma, what I'm going to do right now is to take a short, quick ad break, but we'll be coming back with you and still talking more about your work, and also get to understand more about the art museum, because some people tend to pass by it and not really understand what is going there inside there. So you're going to have that conversation to get to understand what's actually happening. Well, beautiful people at home, please make sure that you guys don't go anywhere, because Tina says up in Nasibuye, and Nasibuye, we're still going to be talking with Emma, and she's going to tell us exactly about all the exhibitions that she has, or her and her team have for this coming year, and also what is actually happening at the art museum. Everyone at home, please make sure that you guys are staying tuned. Somewhere Tina, go. Beautiful people, welcome back. I hope you guys can nifumana nje ithubana loba nihambe niyofumana amanzi because outside it is very hot and right now thina sibuyile kwakhona and asinilahlanga sibuyile nje sithi kubana cela niphinde kwakhona ni communicate nathi on social media. It is at Mpumakapa TV and also our WhatsApp line it is 083 690 0530 and yes ndichilo ke when we went to an ad break before that we'll still be coming back with Emma and she's basically going to tell us about all things that are related to craft and visual art and also talking about exhibitions that are going to be happening later on the year as well. Emma, welcome back.
Hi, thank you very much. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much for sticking around. Let's get on in terms of the art museum itself. For artists that are actually getting into it, are there any sort of restrictions for them to not be able to be part of it? And also, what is that guideline that you guys look at when you want artists to come in and exhibit their work?
So we have different different opportunities, but maybe the question you're looking at is how do you get in the collection? That's what everyone wants to know. So for that, you know, I always like, I hate using sports as an analogy, but it often is that, you know, you need to kind of have a little bit of experience. You need to have shown that you've got a bit of match practice, that people have recognized your talent. Maybe you've exhibited at different galleries. So we have two main criteria when we select work. The one is a work must just blow us away. It must just be a piece that's been made and it needs to be remembered. Or we're recognizing somebody who's been in the scene, who really has committed, who's made a difference in the art scene. We weren't able to collect works for many years and it was quite an effort. It was actually COVID, you know, when you say bad, good. Anyway, COVID started the collection and the emphasis because we needed to support artists. So we started the acquisitions again. And in that, we did a call out and we put together a selection committee. And again, we lent on the different universities in the province and we got their voices together. And the selection committee, I would love it if I could tell everybody which artworks I'd like to buy, but I can't. We approved the selection committee through our councillors, and they were representatives of the different universities who then make decisions, and their decision at that stage was throw the net out. We're not going to provide names. We would like to see what's out there. And so we've done that for the last few years, where we've just done an open call celebrating Eastern Cape art, and we do a selection for an exhibition. And then once the works are on show, the committee meets again and then makes decisions. We've had some very powerful works come through that recently. There's a work around male initiation that was a very challenging piece. We've had work that was looking at landscape, looking at identity. We've had works from young artists, we've had works from old artists, but each of the works have their own powerful story. And it was so important. I mean, we've recently bought a beautiful piece on the last exhibition, just a scene down in town, you know, so downtown, just kind of capturing that moment. We have all these old historical images of the city, and now we can kind of add a new contemporary look. So, you know, it really is about the artists coming to us through that platform, but it is a competitive platform. Yeah. So.
Lovely. And also, I have a question that I just want to ask you. In terms of the art museum, are there any sort of programs that they give out to aspiring artists so that even if you did not get some sort of academic background, but you are someone who has the passion and who has the talent, but does not have the means right now to go and get a formal education, are there any sort of programs that can assist those artists?
So that is a massive problem, and I'm not going to also say like it's I'd rather call a spade and say that's a big issue, because most of the schools in the city don't teach art. So we don't have the ability to take someone in a sustained way through a developmental process. We have Saturday morning workshops, but those are focused most on junior classes. But we do Saturday morning free workshops. If you'd like to sign up, you can go to our website and have a look. Then we have, I'm trying to think, we have also a massive schools program. So for any of the schools in Nelson Mandela Bay, we advertise a program where they can come, but we're a supplement. We can't replace what should be art education. So recently we've actually worked with the National Department of EPWP, Extended Public Works, and we've, again, through a selection process, chosen art teacher or artists who can teach, and they are teaching artists right now. So it's it's short term, it's 6 months, but that program was focusing on looking at trying to at least support some kind of development, because there are a lot of people out there who are very talented, but don't have, I'm trying to think, I was like, they don't have the stone with which to sharpen their talents. And that program puts established artists in connection with younger artists, and will hopefully benefit. But I still feel like, personally, when you ask me that question, that actually that needs to be raised as a crisis. We don't have enough support for people to develop their skill, and that is a big issue. Yeah,
lovely. And also, I just want to understand, in terms of an artist expressing and being controversial, when it comes to you guys, do you guys tend to sit back and be like, let's second think this one, and maybe have thoughts as to how maybe the artist can try and change that? Or just because of art is a free form and people can express themselves anyhow, you guys are welcoming any sort of
it's always like, that's a weird line, but like for us, it's, I mean, I'll give an example that there was an artist who was critical of the previous director of the museum and actually did a work on the previous director, and that was accepted. And she said, accept it because it's a good artwork. And it's so that in terms of the values of visual artists, visual art is not meant to be a safe space. It's meant to be a controversial space. I haven't had to have any of the, controversies that I've had other galleries. And, in many ways we kind of say, well, controversy brings attention. I don't know if I get more grey hairs, but it's not meant to be a space where you hold back. So, we're looking at the exhibition that we have at the moment. Artists are critical of politics. Artists are critical of where we are in the world at the moment. Artists are also trying to understand themselves in the world. So a lot of people kind of say to me, oh, contemporary art's so ugly. And I'm like, well, a lot of the world is quite challenging. So, I mean, I'm thinking of a work at the moment that's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's like quite hectic. This is young, so a younger artist, but she's explored the way in which the perfectionism of ballet breaks the body. And she's done it by putting cinder blocks in tights and stretched them. And then she's made ballet shoes out of plasters. And it's so like a very visceral work where you just go, and then we have I didn't say older artist, I can see him rolling his eyes, but, he's in his 60s, who's just really trying to understand the politics of the country, and he's kind of wrestling with it in these very complex narratives, so you have these no, you don't want artists to pull their punches. You want to kind of get that sort of content out there, because in many spaces, I'll sort of tell you the conclusion of we had a conference earlier that was called Unsettled. So that was the title of the conference, and I mean, we're all like, but it was meant to be a provocative word, At the end of the conference, we suddenly thought, you know what, in terms of how we work and all the difficulties we face, what we don't need to do is keep putting pretend band-aids on things, and we need to hold the complicated spaces. And so from there, we sort of recognized art as a way of holding complicated conversations, but because you have to put something on the line when you make an artwork, you can hold it with some empathy, because there's something about the visual. I haven't completely worked that out, why art works in that way, but you can have hard conversations. So no, we try not to in any way interfere with, what's the word we say, interfere in an artist's conversation.
Lovely stuff.
We just need to reflect.
Lovely stuff, Emma. And also, before we close it off, let's get to talk about the exhibitions that you guys are having for this year, and also starting on the one for Thursday, as to how can people get to be part of it, and which venues are you guys going to be exhibiting at, and maybe take us through your calendar if that is possible.
So this year we have, so for the festival now, it just feels like a mad week, but we're showing again that Unsettled exhibition, which is our complicated reflection in the collection around the theme, please come and look, because on Saturday morning, the veteran artist who painted the scene of the SS Mendi has got the Jazz Divas of New Brighton, because they're all the same age, they're part of the same veteran societies. They're going to be commemorating both the painting, the men whose lives was lost, but also the poets and all the artists who've kept that story alive. So that's very exciting on Saturday. But the Who's Who and What's New that I spoke about earlier, that's going to continue to the end of March. End of February. The Litibolako will be up. Now, we're not announcing the winners on the 20th. We're announcing the winners at the end with a catalogue. So the end of March will be the announcement of the winners for Litibolako. And then an exhibition that I'm looking forward to is from our young curator, Sivet Telo, who's put on an exhibition called Unpopular Opinion. So I'm really looking forward to how she reflects in our collection on that. So there'll be an exhibition from our collection. But please hit us up on Facebook. It's Nelson Mandela Bay Art Museum. We have a WhatsApp number 0794900690, and our Facebook page www.artmuseum.co.za. You can see our up and coming and current events. And those Saturday morning workshops, we're looking actually at doing something a little bit more consistent with, but that's for younger kids. But please hit us up for that as well.
Lovely.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Hangout.
Pleasure.
We truly
Thank you so
appreciate you.
much.
We can finally let you go and go and
Okay.
sort out for Thursday and also for the Buff exhibition as well. Well, beautiful people at home, please make sure that you guys are sticking through, because right here on the Hangout, but right after paying these bills. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. Corner right here on the Hangout. And yes, you are still tuned in, and I am your bestie for this hour until the last minute of 4:30. And yes, right now we are going to be talking to a man, and he's the second runner-up of Mr. SA 2024 and 2023, and he goes by the name of Frick van Heerden. Mr., welcome to the Hangout. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks yourself.
Good. Man, for people at home who actually don't know you and would love to know about you and have a conversation with you, please just briefly tell us as to who you are and also what is it that you do exactly.
Okay, so firstly, I'm Frick van Heerden. I was Mr. South Africa's second runner-up for 2023. What a great privilege I had to be the runner-up for such an incredible organization. So firstly, I'm an entrepreneur. There's not a lot of people that actually knows I'm an entrepreneur, and I do business development and expansions. Yeah, that's mainly what I do.
Stuff. And talking about your business, because to most people, you can be a pretty face, but most people don't have those much expectation about you having a bone within business. So let's get to talk about business and you having to make sure that your business still sticks through, and also is offering the services that you're giving out to the people without having to carry on the title of being Mr. Second runner-up of South Africa.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people misalign the two, because I think the moment you participate in a platform like, for instance, Mrs. South Africa, whether it's Mrs. South Africa, whether it's another modeling competition, whether it's another pageant, business still needs to go on, and you still have an identity of yourself, which you had before that starts. I think a lot of people forget the fact that there's actually a person that needed to come to the point to be able to get into a pageant or a platform like that. So first of all, I think the first thing that I consistently did through the Mrs. South Africa and through life itself is consistency. And I did strategic planning. I needed to plan strategically to know when to do what to get the optimum results from which at what time. So I think planning, executing your plans, and putting it all goal-driven, being goal-driven and ambitious has a lot to do with being successful, whether you're on a platform like a public person, public figure, modeling, or in business.
Man, and also let's get to talk about your business specifically as to what services do you offer, and also in what industry is your business exactly do you offer, and also
so RG Capital is a financial services institution where we do insurance, we also do accounting, we do like legal and compliance, we do a lot of broad spectrum financial services aspects that's offered to individuals and to corporates out there so that they can bring all of their business to one place and have it all in-house, basically, where we can service them all to the best of our abilities.
Lovely stuff, man. And also having to talk about you being an entrepreneur and also having to make sure that your business still stands on. Let's talk about the challenges that you have gotten to face within the industry, and also how have you actually gotten to overcome them? Gotten to overcome.
I think the moment when you raise that question to 90% of the people first, there's one thing that goes up in my head, and that's COVID. COVID has taught us so much about having businesses or being a business person in the new era where everything went online. Nobody actually went to the offices. There's still hurdles that you need to overcome where if you physically in the deliverance of services industries or in an industry where you can't continue working online, like for instance us, we were very privileged to be in an industry where we can still continue going online. I think that is one of the biggest challenges that any business can face, because that is a 180 turn in any business, having the challenge of not being able to deliver your service or operating with your clients. So through that business hurdles, I have learned that you need to be adaptive quickly. You need to see the shortcomings that you're possibly heading towards, the danger signs, the red lights, and you need to be always able to be navigatable around stuff like that. So the moment something hits you that you didn't plan, you need to be able to think on your feet and plan towards what am I going to do to improve this, and if I can use it in my favor to expand my current profile.
Lovely stuff. And also let's talk about having to expand your business. Where are you actually servicing, bringing those services? Is it around the country, or are you specifically targeting a specific city right now?
Our current business structure, we are doing national clientele.
Lovely stuff. Back to your modeling career. Let's get to talk about that. For this coming future, do you have any plans of going back and maybe getting that first title, or maybe mentoring the young ones?
So based on modeling, I've built myself quite a sustainable modeling career, I should say. Going back for the title again, definitely not. I'm a one chance guy or one hit guy, so I'm not gonna go back and try compete again. But I'm very grateful for the people that do it. I'm glad to see that people are still going out there trying to represent our country and being the best role models for other people. So I'll definitely leave that obligation or privilege to someone else where they can take hands. But if anybody actually ever needs advice or just a word of or a coffee or something, I'm more than open to have a chat with anyone regarding that.
Lovely stuff. And also let's go to talk about your business, going back to it, as to where can people get to find you and follow you on social media?
So RFG is on social media and Instagram as RFG Capital or RFG Wealth. They can find us there. They can go to our website, which is www.rfgbrokers.org, or they can just phone our offices. We are on Google. We are everywhere, business directory, so they can just reach out to us there.
So much, Trick, for joining us right here on the Hangout. And for last words for people at home who would actually love to be in the same business as you, what word of advice can you actually give to those?
There's a new platform that I've started that's actually launching on the 25th of February, which I'm very excited to share and you. This is actually the first platform I'm doing it on. The platform is called Bank on You. So I'm giving back, where I'm gonna help future entrepreneurs by believing in their businesses and building it with them and funding it actually to help them take their business and the entrepreneurial dream to the next level. So yeah, if everyone can just keep a lookout on Bank on You. SA's Instagram page. They will see everything will be posted there on the 25th, and then from there on we can see who submits the business plans and where we're going with it.
Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Hangout. And yes, to you beautiful people, please make sure that you guys continue following him on social media and check out his details so that you guys can get to be clued up about his business. But Tina Ngokunta Sayenza is we're going to take a short quick ad break, then we'll be coming right after that. So please make sure that you guys don't go anywhere. Tina Sompina Sibuye kwakhona ngongoko. Beautiful people, welcome back. And yes, you are still tuned in on the Hangout right now. Into Sayenza is we're going to give you guys a Monday motivation, and it's coming from Opule Mtswaledi. Please check the next one out.
I want to talk about goals and dreams. So I'm giving you all a task. So with a pen and a paper, you divide this paper into two. Divide this paper into two. This side, you write down all your goals. This side, down, all your goals. On this side, you write down all your goals. You post it and tag me. All your goals this side, then the other side. Write down what are you willing to sacrifice in order for you to reach those goals. Because lots of people, they write down lots of goals, but they are not willing to sacrifice. You understand? So you must be willing to sacrifice for you to be able to reach those goals and dreams. It will not be easy. Through my journey, it was not easy. When I even started with the nutritional products, it was not easy. I couldn't even afford the products. I couldn't even afford to take care of myself, but I had to sacrifice. You understand? Because people, they have big dreams, but the grinding is so small. They have big dreams, but the grinding is so small. But they expect to get those goals and dreams. What I'm advising you today, if you have goals and dreams, your actions must match those goals and dreams. You can't say, I wanna see myself moving to the next level, but you are not doing what those people who wanna move to the next level are doing daily.
Potential.
Everybody say potential.
Potential.
Yeah, so anything is possible in life. When we were born, each and every one of you, when you were born, there's still 100% to achieve all those goals and dreams. When you are born, immediately when you are born, 120% to achieve those goals and dreams. Then when you grow up, it will depend on the people you are with. Others will limit you. From 100 will go for 120, or we are reducing much. We are reducing. It's either your family, your friends. You understand? Those people that you are always with, they are the ones who are stopping you from reaching those goals and dreams. You have 120 potential. It's here, 120. Every time it's like. But also it depends on yourself. In order for you to believe in those goals and dreams, you have to see it first. How can you create something that you can? How can you create something? Let me say, how can you visualize something? Some of us will visualize by pictures. Some of us will visualize by videos. If you have those goals and dreams, go and take a look at the person that you want to be like, or the person that inspires you. Go and look at them every day, what they do. Understand? Just to motivate you. Personal development. Everybody say personal development.
Personal development.
So what do I mean when I say personal development? You must make sure that each and every day when you wake up, you must make sure before you give a cup to someone, your cup to someone, make sure that that cup is full. You understand? Before you can give the cup to someone, make sure that that cup is full. You understand? What do I mean in terms of that? You can't give what you don't have. You understand?
Powerful.
So because most of the people are depending on you. You understand? Your family is depending on you. Your parents are depending on you. You understand? Your friends are depending on you. Make sure that always before you give them your cup is full. You understand? Because let me say, if your cup is empty, you'll not be able to live the life that you want to live. Because you'll be living for people, not taking care of yourself first. Before I can help you, Tabang, I must help myself first. You understand?
Yeah.
Because most of the people, they just want to help. But you are not helping yourself first. How can you help me without helping yourself first? That's the when I say I am, you say I am. You repeat, né? I am.
I am.
Close your eyes. I am.
I am.
Powerful.
Powerful.
Beyond measures.
Beyond measures.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
Powerful.
Powerful.
Beyond measures.
Beyond measures.
I am.
I am.
Powerful.
Powerful.
Beyond measures.
Beyond measures.
You can open your eyes. So so the exercise that we just did today, we are saying I am powerful beyond measures, which means there's no scale that can measure how powerful you are. There's no rule, I understand, that can measure how powerful you are. You are the only one that is stopping you from unleashing everything that you are having inside, you understand? Because we all have potential to achieve something in life, but it's ourselves. we're the ones who are stopping ourselves from achieving certain goals, you understand? Because you don't believe how powerful you are. You understand? Each and every one of you, you are bringing value to the Fit Club. If you were not here, maybe you brought something to the Fit Club. You inspired someone today. Just by coming through, you showed her what's possible. You understand? You came through, you showed Clara what's possible. You showed him the exercise, it can be done, you understand? Because some of the people, when you show them the exercise, they say, it can't be done. They are showing you it can be done. Because each and every one of you, you have value, add value to the Fit Club. So you are powerful beyond measures. There's no ruler that can measure how powerful you are. There's no scale. Can you please entertain me by raising up your head? Wow, take it down. So, okay. All of us who have goals and dreams, you must think, what do I need to do in order for me to get those goals and dreams? But it all starts with one thing, which is a vision, you understand? Everybody say vision.
Vision.
Whatever your goals and dreams, it all starts with what is called a vision, you understand? You must see yourself inside those goals already, you understand? How can you do that? If you have a body that you want to achieve, a body goal that you want to achieve, just go and take your current picture and put it here, put the body that you want to achieve here, you understand? And just visualize. It must run through your mind. Sure. That is what is called a vision. You feel like not doing something. You understand? My DJ. There's some other days where you feel like, where you feel like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to the trainings. I don't want to go to the fit camps. You understand? There'll be some of those days, but some other days, there'll be some of those days you are pumped up. You understand? You want to go there. You understand? So, in terms of those days, the most important day is the day that you are not feeling like doing something. You understand? On the day that you are not feeling like going out to talk to people on the street, that day is the day that will change your life forever. Because you will never know what might happen. You understand? So you must always expect those days, the days that you are not feeling well and the days that you will be pumped up. Even if you are not pumped up, make sure that you complete the task ahead, to understand. So those 2 days, some other days you are pumped up, some other days you are not pumped up. But you make sure that on those 2 days, 2 different days, you make sure that you show up. That's the secret to success. You make sure that you show up, because the first discipline that you must develop in life is self-discipline.
Beautiful people, I hope you guys got inspired by that clip from Opule. And tonight, Okunda Sayenza is we're going to take you guys for a short, quick ad break. Please make sure that you're coming back, because when we're coming back, we want to hear your views about the state of the province address that is going to be happening later on this week. So everyone at home, let us go for an ad break. We'll be right back after this. Beautiful people, welcome back from ad break. And ke ngoku into sayenza is that besike saphuma mosaya ngaphandle sake sava izimvo zenu as to indaba that we are currently focusing on, especially as the province of the Eastern Cape, which is Isopa. So we had to hear izimvo zenu, and let us get to check out uba abantu, were they satisfied with izinto that they were promised for the previous year, and also kulona unyaka, what are they looking forward uba mhlambi bangenzelwa ntoni na kulo unyaka. Everyone at home, let us check out what actually went down on the streets of GQ and also East London.
Zininzi izinto esijongene nazo kwiprovince. Zininzi esijongene nazo kwi-South Africa yonke, but kuba ke zawuthetha ngesimo sale ndawo yethu. Ndicinga uba unophinde kuvelelwe into zomsebenzi abantu abatsha baphinde baphangele. Abantu abafundileyo bafumana ii-opportunities, ii-internships zivuleleke, because bayagrade abantu baphinde bahlale. Small businesses, abantu abatsha bakwazi uba ngaba xa befuna i-funding any government department enako create opportunity in terms of funding so that abantu bakwazi ubenefita kwizinto zikarhulumente, because sinikiwe opportunity ba masivote savota with the hope that zikhona izinto ezaba better ezabakho, zikhona izinto urhulumente eziright asenzela zona, asizokhala okokoko but asizoncoma okokoko, but kwezo urhulumente enza right kuzo simqhwabela izandla, kwezo asazama ukuzilungisa sithi ngexesha elifanelekileyo nazo izo zinto zizawuhamba zibe right.
First and foremost, I think our new mayor that steps in there, first of all, he's got a huge task because we've had a lot of mayors in a short space, you know, and our people can get kind of critical, you know, towards our mayorship. So I think one of the basic things is obviously employment, number one. Yes, that's correct. And then also, number two is our students. We've had huge cry-outs over the last 2 weeks from our students. They are our future and they deserve a lot of attention, you know, to get what their demands are. And I think it's very basic stuff when it comes to their funding, institutes like NSFAS, you know, to support them in what they do. Because for them to fight the fight for education is a huge enough fight on its own, you know. So I think they're not crying for a lot, but please, if it can be looked at, look at it. And then thirdly, we've experienced a wave of increases in kidnappings in our midst of business people, number one, and number two, people who are perceived to have access to money or who are well moneyed. So there's been sort of an increase in that department as well. So if our Premier could please look at that, we would greatly appreciate it as citizens. And then I think also the usual regular crime that is experienced in our suburbs, in our kassis, we've had complaints. There is sort of reform. I think the statistics might have improved, but it still needs a lot of attention and focus.
Problem here, there by my house, and is the insurance is not right, and is the water and is coming into my house there from the street. That is a problem there by my house.
Say it in Afrikaans.
Oh, okay. Daar by my huis, ek het 'n probleem daar by my huis onder. Heb die disabled huis. Ek het 'n probleem met water wat van die straat af in my huis invloei en daar's nog baie probleme daar by my huis. En ek weet nie wanneer kan ek intrek in my huis nie. Ek bly op die oomblik bly ek in iemand anders se huis en die beneficiary van die huis wat ek inbly in 2911 sy soek 'n huis nou urgent. Nou weet ek nie waar toe moet ek gaan nie. Die mense van die kontraktor het vir my gesê daar's die materiaal nie, daar's die werkers nie. Nou ek wag maar en kyk maar. What is the next?
Good afternoon once again. May I ask, what is it that you're expecting to hear from the Premier as he delivers the State of the Province address? I'll put it for you.
Hello, my name is Eve Steenerkamp, and I'm speaking in terms of the senior citizens, and I feel very, very unsatisfied with the way things are going here. I'm still waiting for 6 years now for my own house. And for the others, especially the disabled as well, they're also waiting for their houses. And nothing is done about it. They always tell us they don't have money or they don't have materials to support us, whatever. So I think it's unfair. They must do something about it, please. I beg of you, in Jesus' name, please do it for us. We need these houses as in the day before yesterday. Thank you very much.
Beautiful people, welcome back from the at. I hope you guys banivile kuba nikhe nathetha nathi kanye nathi nithetha nathi phaya ke ezitratweni zasebhayi nezase-East London, but thina ngoku into sayenza sizabulela kakhulu kuni ngoba nithatha ixesha lenu for iyure yonke yoba nibezosijoyina apha on the Hangout, which is broadcasting live on channel 260. And yes, we are still broadcasting live as well on the Free Vision Play app. All you have to do is to download that app and simply go onto our icon and be able to watch content here too as live as it goes on TV, even when you are mobile. And yes, please continue following us on social media platforms. It is at Mpumakapa TV, and also our WhatsApp line, it is 083-690-0530. And yes, as uzinhle ibesti yenu for the Hangout into Zaiteta is thank you so much for joining us. And also please do follow me on social media as well. It is _and but ngokuthina sophinda sibonane kwakhona ngelinye ixesha.